All right, it is September 23rd, 2010. It's 10:35 p.m. on Thursday, September 23rd, 2010. Gary Brown and Earl Brown here are in Smith Fieldhouse on BYU's campus. I'll just do a quick little 360 so you can see what we're looking at here. This is the place where Dad and Mom came to watch basketball. Back in the day. And so, Dad, what can you tell me about, let me just a little closer.
Okay.
Try to get both of us in if I can.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this
Well,
field house?
this was the excitement center of the campus, even more so than the football, because in this big building, there was so much excitement and cheering and roaring going on during the basketball games. It was really compacted, and on the to our right, which would be the south, or no, that's west. No, is that south?
That would be west.
West. To the west of the current court, where they play a lot of volleyball. The bleachers, unstopped bleachers, backless bleachers, went all the way up to almost to the ceiling, and so a lot of people. It was student section. And we were just crammed in there, elbow to elbow.
It's memorization.
This is really the games were so exciting. BYU, of course, always had a strong basketball team, and it was just dripping with enthusiasm. Over there on the southeast part of the building, there's some classrooms, and so, well, first of all, let me preface this by saying, in the West Field House, they always had an old car, and to get seats, since this was a limit, I think this only held something like 11,000 students. We had to come here 2 or 3 hours early to try to get a seat, and so in the West Field House, over yonder, they had this car, and they had a sledgehammer, and each person that came by this car would beat it with a sledgehammer, and it was just a pre-game activity to keep, because we were there for a long time waiting to get seats to come in here. And so finally, when they opened the doors after we'd been through the West, those of us that could get in would come in and take seats, and I would go over there and study in one of the classrooms over there across the court until the beginning of the varsity game. They had freshman game first, and I studied there and until it was time to start the game. But this really has great memories for us. Oh boy, this is the excitement center. See, there was no Wilkinson Center, and there was no Marriott Center, nothing like that. So that's why this had real significance. And if you look down the stairs, you'll see a lot of national champions on their track and field team. They've always had a good, strong track and field team. And this is the famous place where the BYU won the NCAA national championship in basketball during Roland Minson's time in 1951.
Wow. Roland
Minson, by coincidence, moved to Denver after graduating from here, and he was involved in the basketball program in the Denver State when I was over there playing basketball. He was a great guy. I think he was a stake president later on. Really a good, stalwart, good, excellent member of the church, an example of the church.
So can you tell me about any specific night that you guys came here to watch basketball? Do you remember any specific game or night?
No, I couldn't. There were just so many. I mean, all during basketball. See, we came to them all. I mean, we didn't miss a game. I don't think we missed a single game when we were here. So it would hard. I remember New Mexico always had tough teams. Air Force, it wasn't so good in basketball in those days. They've come a long ways now. San Diego State, Utah, of course. The Utah game here was always a barn burner, big barn burner.
You don't remember any specific Utah game or anything like that?
No. There's so many. There's tons and tons of games. I'd be lying to you if I could remember a specific game.
Yeah.
They're just so action-packed and exciting, and like I don't know if I've ever been in a field house that has had so much applause and activity and involvement of the audience. Oh, it was just great. Quite a lot of great school spirit here. And the sportsmanship was pretty darn good too. Oop.
Go ahead, Dad.
Anyway, that's basically what I remember about it. It was just a...
Hey, Chris, let me call you back. Is that all right? All right.
That's basically it. We just the big event here happened when Mike was born. We were at a game. Mom was ready to deliver, and we came to the game, and we were sitting there, and she was having contractions, and so at halftime we went down and had our Dr. Howard, I think that was his name, the obstetrician, paged. He was at the game. Everybody in Provo went to the basketball games.
Yeah.
He was paged, and so we met him as soon as that game was over and went and had the baby. Had Mike. That's the name of that night of that basketball game.
Yeah.
So that was the most memorable of games, the night that happened.
Wow.
March 26, 1965.
That is funny. So Mike started to start his mortal life here in this
did.
year.
He did.
Smith Fieldhouse.
Yeah, he sure did. And of course, he is the one that we didn't have anything to feed him with when we took him home from the hospital over here. We didn't know that mother's milk didn't always come in. It's right after birth, and so I had to go back in the middle of the night and borrow a bottle of milk from the hospital because there's no stores open in the middle of the night. 3 in the morning, I had to go back.
That's
It's
funny.
embarrassing. Oh, well, I wish there was some way to replay the excitement that we experienced in this building. What a deal that would be. Oh my golly. In fact, I wonder if there is some kind of audio-visual
I bet we could scrounge up
record,
some type of
something we could scrounge up.
recording of those old games.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely. Danny Ainge. Well, no, Danny Ainge was a little bit later on. Danny Ainge came after we had graduated. But Dick Nemelka. Oh yeah, Dick Nemelka was one little short guard that was tremendous. And see, the BYU team frequently, more often than not, would go over 100 points. And that was before three-pointers were in effect.
Yeah.
So they were a hot shooting team. It's very hard for anybody to beat BYU on the home court here. Really good.
Yeah. All right, Dad, I think we'll sign off here.
Okay.